So that to the merchant ship, minutes after they took I from a bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Yet all I ever have, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy when you speak, cause none of that can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Whose book won't you help to sing? These songs of freedom, yet all I ever have, redemption song. All I ever have, redemption song. Redemption song, yeah. One more time. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of that can stop right now. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill their book. Won't you help to sing? Woohoo! Another song of freedom. Where all I ever have, redemption song. All I ever have, redemption song. Redemption song. Come on. The song of freedom. Good afternoon, Nigerians. Good afternoon, Africans. Good afternoon, citizens, watchers from the United States and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas, United States of America. How are you all doing? We welcome our new subscribers, a bunch of them. We thank you for finding us worthy of following on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you very much. Please get others involved, get people involved. Bring your friends, fans, well wishers, and supporters. Get them to join this movement. It's a global movement that the ONN represent. We want global peace and security. That is all we are asking for. So please, if you are just joining us right now, subscribe and like, share our message. And I invite you to. We have over 1,100 revolutionary messages for citizens of the world. So if you are joining us for the first time, after this broadcast, it will interest you, and I suggest strongly too that you go back to our previous work and see what we have been doing and help, share our message so we can expand our horizon. And we put a lot into producing our messages. Those who we are not under any obligation. If you are a kind-hearted person, that want to support us, please, do whatever you can. Go through our page to see how you can support us, to expand our work and bring the message of hope and peace through justice to the people of the world. Yes, what I'm talking about today is something that has to do with Nigeria and our upcoming broadcast. The United States and the incoming administration. We have actually out there them two things that we want Donald Trump to do: taking the United States away from the stranglehold of NATO. NATO uses the United States to carry out its imperialist mission, but America pays all the bills. The European forces there, they don't contribute anything. So why should America be paying the bills of NATO? Yeah, they are responsible for what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. So that war has to come to an end. I know that one man is going to be able to make it happen, and that man is Donald Trump. I didn't like him. I campaigned so heavily against him, but I see sense in some of his foreign policies, and hoping that he will develop a friendly U.S. foreign policy towards Africa. All right, so that's what it is. Now, we have come to a point in Nigeria where we have some colonialists from inside Nigeria who will use fake propaganda to put fake propaganda to, change the course of thinking of the people of Nigeria, to divert the people of Nigeria from asking them critical questions about their tragedy of leadership, and talking about these people who claim that they are Northerners. Yeah, they say Northerners. Our independence was premised on one country, Nigeria, and they did not tell us about Northerners and the Southern, or North and South. Hey, Rambabu, thank you. Yeah, from India. Thank you very much. Meryl, thank you very much for joining. Yes, thank you, thank you. All right, bring some more people in. Share this message with your friends. So, Nigeria has been through so much. So there is one propaganda that we will not accept in Nigeria. And that propaganda is that the North feeds Nigeria. Then if the North feeds Nigeria, what is the essence of our one Nigerianness? So what is wrong with Nigeria feeding Nigeria? All right, it means to prove beyond reasonable doubt what we have been talking about, that that Nigeria is not a united country. It's not one country. Nigeria is a heavily divided country. If somebody can come with this stupid attitude, stupid propaganda, stupid rhetoric that the North feeds Nigeria, and there is so much hunger in that north of Nigeria. Now, those who are watching from YouTube, you will see the thumbnail that I put there. You will see under the revolutionary banners, you will see children, standing, some having their plates in their hands, some, looking horrible. Those are Nigerian children, innocent, poor, defenseless Nigerian children. And sadly, which part of Nigeria you find them? In the north of Nigeria. Yes. The hunger, the poverty in that part of Nigeria is the worst on earth. And the people who come from there, they are political elites, they are corrupt traditional rulers, morally bankrupt religious leaders. There, don't see any reason to address the trouble in there. They have 19 state governors who collect money from the federation accounts every month. The money, the budget they put in their pocket. They don't do anything for the people there. Over 30 million poor and defenseless Nigerian young children between ages 6 and 15 are on the streets begging when they should be in classrooms. That is not an emergency for them. They don't care, because they use those children to create sectarian violence every time their gods are hungry of blood. Yes, that is what they don't think they should address that problem. And they come put this rhetoric out there in the air to divert Nigerians from asking them, holding them accountable for their crimes against the Nigerian humanity. Yeah, that the North feeds Nigeria. They make the people there feel good about that when they live in poverty, below poverty line, in extreme poverty. Yes, riddled with corruption, with that runs on what? Disease, ignorance, and illiteracy. They don't see the urgency to address that. So somebody has to come out to address it. I am from Nigeria. I am from the Niger Delta area of Nigeria. The oil from my area has been sustaining the economy of Nigeria since 1956, really before independence. Yes. And that region of Nigeria is the worst hell on earth. Why? Because of environmental degradation and pollution. Right? The consequences of which Nigeria has no way of addressing. We are dealing with healthcare challenges for people in that area that the country doesn't have anything to address. And the oil there from there is used to develop Nigeria. All the states in Nigeria are benefiting from the oil exploration and what they share every month. What they share every month in the Federation account of Nigeria is from the oil from the Niger Delta. Nobody is paying anybody any special royalty for it. I don't enjoy anything, and my family does not enjoy anything from the oil found in the Niger Delta. No royalties are paid to the people in the Niger Delta. So, and then they deny us access to everything. Because, and the management of the NNPC, none of our people are there. And we are not right. They say it's a national asset. Now, here are people who produce food, right? From a part of Nigeria. All right? They claim they are political leaders, bereft political leaders who don't want to be held accountable. We put this rhetoric of the North feeds the rest of Nigeria in the air. And the people there that they deny access to everything, believe them, and then shout about this rhetoric every time we have an opportunity. They have an opportunity to do so, that they feed the rest of us. All right, they feed the rest of Nigeria. How are they distributing this food free for charge to every Nigerian home? Do people pay for it? So when you see people who don't understand simple economics of demand and supply, then I become worried about the type of leadership that they provide. No wonder why they run our country aground. 10 heads of state from the north of Nigeria, 10 heads of state from the north of Nigeria ran the country aground. They made their people poorest, progressively poorer than anything poor on earth. And every time there is a political competition, they want to be the leader. When they don't know how to lead, and they don't know how to manage human resources, they don't know how to manage mineral resources beyond auctioning them and putting the shares that the imperial powers give to them in their own private pockets. Yes. Wow. The North feeds Nigeria. Now I am here to tell you, and this is the reason why I am advancing a cause for Open Nigeria. That is the most ignorant statement I have heard or I have been hearing from a people in a country that is so divided. So what is wrong if food is produced from one part of the country and distributed to the rest of the country, not for free? These other people are paying for the food, all right, that you claim that you produce. And then you have the audacity to be running your mouth that the North feeds the rest of Nigeria. Okay, now, what if those people stop buying? All right, now you eat your food. Where are you going to sell them? Very stupid people in Nigeria. We have so many stupid people in Nigeria. When you think that they are educated, you see that they are far worse than people in the Stone Age. What a shameful people. What kind of elite do we have in Nigeria? People have PhDs. People have master's degrees. People have advanced professional degrees, but they can't reason above the level of a rat. You produce food. You transport them. I buy them from you. And you turn around and say that you are feeding me. So what about the money that I paid you to buy the food from you? If you are senseless, if you are sensible. Now, what if I decide that, okay, going forward, I'm not going to buy your food anymore? You're going to eat your food, right? Where will you take them? So this is why we are asking Nigerians, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, because none but ourselves can free our minds. Stop listening to politicians. Stop listening to those fake emirs in the north. Stop listening to that corrupt sultan in the north. That corrupt sultan, yes, that has a legacy of imposition. They are not supposed to be there. They are not Hausas. The Hausa majority have been so subjugated, yes, that they can't even raise a finger anymore to demand for what is theirs. And they want to extend this evil across Nigeria. That is why they are shooting up our country. It is the people who are shooting up our country that put all this rhetoric in the air. Do you go to farm? Do they farm? So now, what about my people? I come from an agrarian community in Delta State, where all we do is farming. Yes, yes. And when I was growing up, we grew everything that we ate, and we ate everything that we grew. We didn't have to eat tomato from anywhere. When we could plant, our soil is so fertile. We planted tomatoes, we raised chickens, we raised goats, we raised cow until a time came when they saw that the community did not want the cows anymore. But they did not provide a solution. People who owned cows sold their cows. They didn't think about putting the cows in enclosures like in a ranch. Yeah, I think the moment for that to return now is here. So there are some criminals, some idiots, will not be telling the whole of Nigeria that they feed them. Feed you as how? I know that majority of places in Nigeria, they farm. So what about what they are farming? It's not enough for them to eat, that the north feeds Nigeria. What about this north? Why should we be talking about the north? Why should we be talking about the south? Why should we be talking about the west? Why should we be talking about the east doing so much for Nigeria? All right? Their own country, that you produce food, you sell it to fellow countrymen, and you make money off of it. Is that a shameful thing? That you feed them now? That is stupid. That is bullshit. And that is what must stop right now. So, and I find some people from other parts of Nigeria who buy into this rhetoric that their food comes from the north. Well, if you decide that you are going to be a slave in your country, a second-class citizen, a mental slave who cannot think for yourself, you better go and start your own garden. For real. You better go and start your own garden. No Nigerian feeds any Nigerian. If a Nigerian feeds Nigeria, or some Nigerians from some region feeds Nigerians, and they sell their goods to other Nigerians from other parts of Nigeria, it's a win-win situation. You give, you take, you sell, you buy, and somebody benefits. Somebody eats the food, and another person puts the cash in his or her pocket. So does that constitute? Okay, what if we flip it? That other parts of the country, give money, feed the north of Nigeria, because it's the money from you, what you sold to those people. That is what you are feeding on. Can we just stop and build one country? Can we stop this nonsense and build a real Nigeria that will have equal access to opportunity to all Nigerians, where nobody will be talking anybody down? Can we remove ourselves from the stranglehold of these illiterates that call themselves leaders everywhere in Nigeria, and especially in the north of Nigeria? The quality of leadership that has come into effect in Nigeria is the type that destroyed the country. Yeah, they don't have this leadership acumen, but they want to continue to lead. They don't want to mingle with the rest of Nigeria. They come and want to rule Nigeria with the Arabic iron fist. And they have failed so woefully doing that. They don't want to change course. They don't want to learn. They don't want to give others the opportunity to express themselves. That is why our country is like this. These leaders from the north of Nigeria are the most corrupt people in Nigeria. They are the ones who have stolen most from Nigeria. Yes, you want us to name names? There are so many to name. All the time they come with the intention to loot, kill, and destroy. Yes, they know now that their time is up, that the rest of Nigeria is waking up and standing up to them. They picked up their gun and started shooting up our country. They put mercenaries and militias in forests across our lands. Yes, to create insecurity in Nigeria, create food insecurity, because their mercenaries now occupy farmlands across our country, from where they kidnap, rob, rape, and even impose taxes, impose taxation. Yes, while they are on the soil of Nigeria. Yes, the masterminds of terrorism are among the northern political leaders. They are from the northern religious leaders. They are from the northern traditional leadership. They are corrupt and morally bankrupt and must shut up. Nigeria is for the whole of Nigeria. We don't care who brings food. As long as you are not giving us the food for free, you have no right to claim that you are feeding Nigeria. As long as people are paying you for the food, you have no right to be bad-mouthing them that you feed them. Now, you are creating a new consciousness among those who were buying food from you. Very soon, maybe perhaps sooner than we think, they will start buying your food. They will start growing food everywhere. Yes. And then there will be food glut. And let me see, you will eat your food. We have seen so many times where food became wasted because you didn't have a way of selling them. Yes, onions got wasted, tomatoes got wasted, a lot of things got wasted. Why are we so wicked to ourselves? Why can't we control our mouth? You can't lead. Just give others who know how to lead to the opportunity to lead, and stop running your mouth and diverting the attention of Nigerians from what is real about your poor leadership that they are questioning you about. Yes. Now, the people in the north, the ordinary people like me in the north, it's time for you to wake up. This game of these criminals, this rogue leadership from the emirs or the sultans or the mostly fake religious leaders. Yes, mostly fake religious leaders, mostly. I didn't say, maybe perhaps there are a few among them that are conscientious. So those ones are exonerated. But the mostly fake religious, mostly fake traditional, including the sultan, is not a good man. Yes, that sultan of Sokoto is not a good man. Yes, he's a big confusion, one of the troubles Nigeria must get rid of. Yes. So they are the ones who took all this trouble. He said that is in a battle with Oyedepo now. Yeah, another hypocrite, over his airstrip that is being built or constructed in his church. All right, he's advancing. I'm talking about the Sultan, the so-called Sultan, Fulani Sultan, I call him, minority Fulani Sultan over majority Hausas. The Hausas who have decided to sleep and not fight for what their ancestors left for them. Yes, the minority Sultan of Sokoto and the one who controls, I don't know how they are able to do it, to control the whopping majority of millions of Hausa people and other tribes in the north. Said in a release a couple of days ago that they are fighting for the interest of Muslims in Nigeria. Can you imagine that? National Supreme Councils of Islamic Affairs fighting for the interest of Muslims in Nigeria. Is Islam a nation in Nigeria, or Nigeria is the country? All right, the same man who has not seen the reason to address the problems of 30 million poor and defenseless, economically disenfranchised Hausa children on the streets everywhere in the north, and even other parts of the country now, they're overflowing into every part of our country. He has not done anything to address their problems. even as from Islamic standpoint. He has not done them. All they have been doing is to keep repressing those children, keep punishing them, so that they can always use them to fight Nigeria. Yes, to blackmail and intimidate Nigeria. Yeah, they weaponize them, to blackmail Nigeria for what they want. He has not addressed the children's problem. Yes, as a leader, all right, as a Muslim. All those children, all of them are Muslims. They are Muslims like him. They are Muslims like his children. They are Muslims like his nieces and nephews. Yes, but he has not seen any reason to address their problem. He has not seen any reason to address the problem of marrying underage children, marrying out 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 11, 12, up to 15 to 18 years, where these children are torn apart sexually, impregnated, and made to develop vesico vaginal fistula. I'm talking about 1 million young children actually suffering in the north of Nigeria. Yes, they churn them in thousands every year. And when these men impregnate them and destroy them, they divorce them and then go and get another victim. This corrupt and morally bankrupt set of emirs in the north, led by a corrupt sultan, have not seen any reason to address their problems. He wants to overtake Nigeria. He wants to take over Nigeria. He wants to address the problems of Muslims in Nigeria, as if those Muslims are they from another planet or they are Nigerians. Questions that he needs to answer. That is why we are going to be focusing seriously on the north. The people there in the north of Nigeria are in chains for the most part of it. Only a few are free. And the few free ones, they are not able to actually express themselves vocally like we are doing. We have to help them. That is a part of our country, a strategic part of our country, a people that we love as our compatriots and as our brothers and sisters cannot be ruled by a Jinko Arabic system. That is why they must embrace light. We have to teach them that they are human beings because they have dehumanized them. Yes, for the Hausa people, their case is so sad. 220 years of subjugation. 220 years of subjugation. 220 years of being stripped of their basic human rights. 220 years, 64 years of being stripped of their rights as citizens of Nigeria because they prevent them from mixing with the rest of Nigeria. Yes, they prevent them from talking to the other citizens of Nigeria to see how things they always arm them. Yes, they arm them. They tell them that we from other parts of Nigeria are Kafiris, we are impure, and that they should not have anything to do them. They arm them to kill fellow Nigerians. Every little opportunity they have, they will start a massive killing. So now some of them are beginning to open their eyes and are now asking questions. Thanks to the internet, now they don't feel happy. So they want to continue to spin programs, create confusion, that will keep these children in captivity. But their time is here. Their time is up. So this rhetoric that the North feeds Nigeria is the biggest lie that they are trying to expand. No Nigerian should take that. You pay for the food that you eat. We don't care where the food comes from. As long as it is Nigeria, we buy the food, support those people's economy, and ignore the criminals who hold them hostage. Yes, they hold them hostage using religion. They hold them hostage using regional nationalism. We are saying their time is up, and they know it. The amalgamation treaty expired. Nigeria effectively is an illegal country as we speak, but we want to build a better, brand new country called Open Nigeria out of it. This is what they don't want, because they know that they will be like fish out of water when Nigeria becomes open and accessible to all Nigerians. They don't want Nigeria to be open and accessible to all Nigerians, including those outside children that they have been repressing for generations. That is why we are saying this generational repression and oppression of Nigerians, especially the Hausas, must stop. That is what they don't want. So they will continue to spin all this false rhetoric about not feeding Nigeria. Why should if they not feed Nigeria? So what? It's not part of Nigeria. So if somebody from another part of Nigeria feeds me, what is the crime in that? And sadly for them, we pay them money to feed us, assuming they are truly feeding us. So what have the rest of us been doing? Yes, all those people there are farmers in Igbo land, there are farmers in Yoruba land, there are farmers in Benin, there are farmers in thieves are farmers. Everybody in Nigeria. There is no community in Nigeria. There's no state in Nigeria where there are no farmers. So you mean that all those farmers there, they farm in vain, and then they're not the so-called weaponized, politicized, economically disenfranchised, not with the highest amount of poverty on earth will be the one feeding Nigeria. Come on, people, let's be for real. I want us to build a real Nigeria. I want the north, south, east, and west to be in the Nigeria that we want to build. So all of us unite organically against these robbers, these divisive elements driven by Arab blood. They are not Nigerians. If they are aborigines, if they are true Nigerians, they will build Nigeria with the rest of us. They are thieves. Yes, they are criminals. They are rogues. They are usurpers. Only invaders behave the way these people behave. And now we must stop them. And this is the reason why we are bringing you, Nigerians from everywhere in Nigeria. This is the reason why we have been telling you that the time has come for us to share the baggages we brought from our past and then take charge as a new generation of Nigerians and build a brand new Nigeria where tribes and tongues will not matter, where the only tribe will be Nigeria, where the only region will be Nigeria, where the religion will be Nigeria. Yes, and then you minimize your religion to be between you and the Almighty God. Yes, your Islam, your Christianity, or your African traditional religion. We're all citizens. We're all people in the country. Yes, including responsible visitors who come into our country will be treated with respect and dignity and no longer as lesser than human beings. That is the Nigeria we want. But in the end, the North does not feed Nigeria. Nigerians feed Nigerians. That is all. Nigerians feed Nigerians. Yes, we don't care which part of Nigeria. As long as you are a Nigerian, you have a right to feed Nigeria. You have a right to sell whatever you have anywhere. What about the Igbos who are selling motor parts to all Nigerians? They are business people. They won't be so stupid to come out to say that we sell you motor parts, knowing fully well that if you don't buy, they don't sell. Right? It's only mentally retarded people that will come and be pushing this. One idiot wrote a lengthy article on this. That is the reason I came out to do this. You know, our program is Nigeria Now. You know, we are very sensitive. We respond to issues, you know, as they come, you know, and then destroy them before they become a mental problem for our country. But this talk about the not feeding Nigeria, the whole of Nigeria, has been going on for a while. But today, I was inspired to send this message to the whole of Nigeria to make them understand that it is pure economics. If anybody, economics of demand and supply and buying and selling, if you buy anything from anybody, regardless of where it comes from, don't feel guilty about what you have bought, as long as you are satisfied with the product that you have purchased and you paid money for it, and the person takes your money away and you take the goods. The goods is yours. That person is not the one feeding you. You fed yourself because you have the purchasing power to purchase what you were selling. Now I tell Nigerians again, you know, in final before I leave, everybody should wake up, go and start farming. Do whatever you can so that some people will not come. So that maybe one day they decide to withdraw their food from their political north. I'm not talking about the real north. You know, the real north, people in the north are very good people. The idiots are their emirs, their political leaders who can do. Can you imagine a political leader who will come to the National Assembly to be telling us about Sharia when there is insecurity in Nigeria? when there's hunger in Nigeria, especially in the north, heavy hunger in that part of Nigeria, and they don't talk about the people. These are the people who go to the earth to tell the world that they not feed Nigeria. But there's so much hunger in that place. Yeah, more than 80% of the people live below poverty line. As we speak, I lived in Kano for 8 years. So what are you going to tell me about the squalor in Kano? Yes. What are you going to tell me about the disease in Kano? What are you going to tell me about the massive ignorance in Kano? And it is the same thing all over that core north. Because the feudalistic oligarchy is an exploiting oligarchy that does not want the common man there to become anything except their own children. The common people in the north of Nigeria must rebel against this people, rebel against the Sultan and all the emirs. Take over their palaces because they are robbers, they have been stealing from you. They have been stealing from you. If you are an Hausa person or a downtrodden anywhere in the north, this is a moment for you to come together to ask these people questions. What have you been doing with our Commonwealth? They are criminals. They are rogues. They want to sustain repressing you with bringing out this stupid rhetoric about the North feed the South. The North feed everybody. They are not talking about the Niger Delta giving our oil for free to the whole of Nigeria. Do you pay me money for the Niger Delta oil that everybody is taking? Did they not just discover gold in Zamfara? Is the gold being exploited for the good of Nigeria? Who are those people exploiting the gold? They are the Sultan, the emirs in the north, the northern political leaders, the northern whatever fake northern thing, the northern fake northern religious leaders are the ones benefiting from harvesting the solid minerals in the north. They don't bring them out for the whole of Nigeria to share like they are sharing our oil. You know what? You guys continue this, we are going to seize that our oil. We are not like Asari Dokubo that you can settle. Yes, you are pushing us. You are radicalizing us with all your fake rhetoric. It is time. Now, what drives the Nigerian economy? The oil from the Niger Delta. 90% of Nigeria oil, the economy of Nigeria. Yes, we produce 90%. We are the drivers. But we have been sharing with nothing to show for it in our area. Now you are putting your hands in our mouth. Stop this nonsense. You don't feed nobody. We are the ones feeding the whole of Nigeria. But we can afford to continue to do that. That is why we are looking for the type of leadership that will understand that Nigeria is supposed to be one independent country. Nigeria is supposed to be run through justice. And then justice for all. Have these people, I heard the Sultan of Sokoto has an oil block. I'm still investigating that. I'm not going to say much about that. If he has an oil block in my Niger Delta and I cannot have a good block in Sokoto and Zamfara, then there is a problem. Nigerians, get up, stand up for your right. If you were sleeping, get up, stand up. From the here, don't give up the fight. If you're from the east, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. If you're from the west, get up, stand up. Demand for your right is our right. All right? And from those from my Niger Delta, South, they keep on changing the names. You need to distance yourself from Asari Dokubo and Tompolo because they cannot be eating the benefit that is accruable to all of us. And then the impression is that the Niger Delta has been taken care of, right? It's now. You kings there, corrupt kings who collect money here and there, dip your hand into everything. It's time for you to really shape up. Yes, there's one who was a terrorist there, Tom Ateke. I hear he's a traditional ruler now. I wonder what kind of leadership that one is going to be producing. He was one of those who would kidnap people for ransom, and the oil companies will settle them, and then that means that the Niger Delta people have been settled. Justice is coming to Nigeria. It's going to run like a hurricane, really. It's coming. It's coming. And what is going to happen in the north? We sent tongues wagging because the people wake up. the storm has started. Yes. I know the oppressors will never do right because they think that they have the people in their pocket. But a moment is coming. It will maybe sooner than we had thought. So in all, Nigeria feeds Nigerians. No, not the North does not feed Nigeria. So if you had that mindset before, that mentality, you are from the North, in the North, Nigerian in the North. I don't like saying from the North. Nigerian in the North who believed that the North feed the South or anywhere in Nigeria. Remove it from your mind. It makes you feel like you don't understand that you are a Nigerian. It makes you feel like you are an alien in Nigeria. A true Nigerian will not say that. That is one stupid statement to make. It makes us believe truly that our country is not a country. And truly, Nigeria is not a country yet. But we will make that country a country. That will be the synosure of all eyes. All right, have a good day. And I thank you all, everybody who tuned in to listen to this message. Do us a favor, share it until it gets to every Nigerian. All right, have a good day and bye.